In other stories, in Kaduna State, Nigeria here, bandits are reported to have killed 2 more victims of abduction from a private university in Kaduna State. The state government confirmed the body of the 2 students were found in a similar manner as 3 killed on Friday. Over a dozen staff and students were kidnapped last Tuesday, with the bandits said to be demanding 800 million naira ransom. Now, the state government says it's saddened by the killings of the innocent students.
Now, for more on the insecurity threats in northern schools in Nigeria, Professor Yohanna Izam, the Vice Chancellor of Plateau State University, Bokos, joins us now. Again, we send our condolences. I think we all feel the loss when we hear of students being killed from Greenfield University, the abducted ones. What is being done, to your knowledge, in the light of what's happening to obtain their release?
Well, thank you very much. Again, we sympathize with our colleagues in Greenfield University over this most unfortunate incident that has happened. As you are very well aware, nobody has planned for these kinds of occurrence. And so intervention measures will normally come as they come, because there were no plans actually for this kind of events. I wouldn't know what is the position as of now. I think it's for critical stakeholders, management of the institution, and the Kaduna State government to let us in actual measures that are being taken to secure their release. But usually with security issues, schools largely depend on the state actors, the security agencies, and the normal, usually the response will be that investigations are ongoing. And we hope that sooner than later, something positive actually from this Saboridi.
Indeed. Well, let's talk about your own institution. And first, I'd like you to clarify what happened 2 weeks ago at your off-campus hostel in that community, where a kidnap attempt was reportedly failed, but a male student sustained gunshot injury. What happened exactly? And following that incident, I do know that the state governor had said security should be beefed up around institutions in the state. What is the security situation like in your own institution at the moment?
Yes, about 2 weeks ago, like you mentioned, a compound off campus, which is the residence of students, was visited by bandits at about 9 p.m. in the night. And so it was not as if they went outside, but they actually came to their compound, which is off campus in Indar village, and they whisked them away. Unfortunately, the male amongst them tried to escape. He was the one that was shot on the arm. But the other 3 ladies had to follow them because they were carrying weapons. And I think they numbered about 7 of them. And so security alerts were raised. And thankfully, there was a hot chase by both the university security police in the nearby Bokos local government. Students were abandoned somewhere close to a stream. And we thank God that they did not succeed actually in going away with them. But like you said, the state government has responded very swiftly. If you know the location of the Plateau State University, is in a semi-rural area and bounded by a lot of open spaces. And so far, the government has approved the takeoff of a police station off campus. I think that this will help because with the student population of close to 10,000, and seeing that there is no presence of police there, the presence of police, I believe, will serve as some kind of deterrent for the perpetuation of criminal activities. And so we are grateful to the visitor to the university for this swift intervention. In the meantime, I think that part of the problem sometimes in over-relying on the state actors is that there can never be enough, even with the police. We have also seen the need for off-campus communities to activate the vigilante system, which means that if others have to sleep, some others will have to be maintaining surveillance around the vicinity of these neighborhoods for significant hours of the night, because most of these events happen in the night. And of course, on our own part, we are also strengthening security education and also looking at restrictions, even in the activities of the night, so that we have advised that after 10 o'clock the night, none of our students should be seen roaming around the streets, to allow the vigilante go around and actually secure peace and stability of the environment. I think this and so many other measures, I believe, will help in such incidences.
Okay, Vice Chancellor, thank you for keeping us abreast of that. But you would have to appreciate that we now can come to the conclusion that students are a prime target for abductors and somewhat embattled. So should we not be looking beyond defense mechanisms and looking to more proactive mechanisms, like perhaps going to remote learning, so that we don't have students in a position where they're like sitting ducks?
Yes, you are right. With the kind of terrorism that we are seeing in Nigeria, very obviously the school system is the prime target. Perhaps two reasons may account for this. One is the fact that schools are generally seen as symbols of government. And so anything that happens in schools, they know it is going to directly affect the psychology of governance. Maximum impact, whatever it is, will be felt if these young ones who are the future of the country are the ones that are subject of these terrorist activities. Secondly, also, you know that school environments are significantly 100% defenseless. School children don't carry arms, and so are the staff within universities and other educational institutions. And so because of these factors of vulnerability, we have seen now a shift in emphasis by the terrorists on attacking schools. You made a point which is right, but unfortunately this will require some upfront planning, perhaps to look at increasing the content of online activities so that we will reduce to the barest minimum the congregation of people in one place. But like you mentioned, this will require some planning, both at the national level and at the sub-national levels of educational planning. It's an indication that will be followed through appropriately.
Well, thank you very much, Professor Yohanna Izam, Vice Chancellor of the Plateau State University, Bokos, for being on the show, Newsday.